Hello and welcome to Tuesday's video recording. We are now entering Unit 2. We have completed Unit 1. I know for some that was a good thing, and for others it's like, oh, I'm glad it's over. Well, I have completed all the grading for Unit 1. And after grading Unit 1, I have some concerns that I want to go over with you, which will help you with Unit 2, which will help you be more successful. And getting towards the end of Unit 2, you know we have our midterm. So I know it's went fast. Already 4 weeks are almost over. But we can get through this, and I just want to go over some concerns so that way we can get better and have an understanding of some of the things that I am expecting. My first concern is that there was a lack of participation for our mandatory Tuesday-Thursday discussions. The one that I am recording right now has a discussion after you complete listening to the required Tuesday or Thursday recordings. This is an opportunity and a chance for you to have a way for me to explain some things that are very important about the unit, to explain some things that you will more than likely see on your midterm or final exam. And it's an opportunity for you to be able to gain some extra credit points. So hopefully you will all take advantage of it from this point on. There are only a handful of you that have completed all 4 of the video recordings from Unit 1. And I give you an applause, and I'm very proud of you. So I expect that from the rest of you from Unit 2. Another concern that I have, moving on from our mandatory discussions, now we're going to move on to the unit reviews. Some concerns I have is that there are some students that just aren't even doing them. I don't know if maybe perhaps you misunderstood the directions, or if you misunderstood that it was a requirement, but the unit review questions are required from each and every student. And in the process of doing your unit reviews, one of the requirements is that you have to support every single question. So every single unit has a question related to all the chapters that you have read. From Unit 1, it was Chapter 1, 2, and 3. And also a question related to the video. So all these questions have to be completed from each student, and all of the questions have to be supported. You can find material in your textbook that aligns with the questions. You can find material perhaps in your reading. You can find material perhaps even from the video. But all of the questions have to be supported, and all of the questions have to be answered in detail, or some sort of detail. You can't just simply put 1 or 2 words, or maybe even 1 or 2 sentences. You have to go into great detail to answer these questions. This is an opportunity for me to see that you are actually understanding what it is that you read in the chapter, that you are actually applying the material to answering your question. So that is one of the other parts of the concern I have, is the lack of detail when it comes to answering the questions. Some of you are only putting like 1 or 2 sentences, and that simply is not enough. You need to go into great detail into answering the question. Moving on from the unit review questions, we're going to move on to the unit discussion boards. There are some that just are not using correct support for your initial post. The initial post has to be supported. When you answer your question, it has to be supported. Simply putting a reference is not the way that we add support. We have to have in-text citations that match your reference, and vice versa. If you have an in-text citation, you definitely need a reference. So you also are not having enough added to your discussions. There's not enough detail, just like there weren't very much detail when you answered the unit review question. Some of you are just not adding enough detail when it comes to putting things on a discussion board. You have to show that you basically really know your stuff. I mean, you've had a chance to read your material for a whole week. So hopefully that'll be enough time for you to be able to add some kind of detail to your answer, and also, like I said, add support and add some substance so that we are understanding that you really are understanding what it is that you're reading. Also, when you are engaging in a discussion with your classmates, make sure that you help them out by asking them questions regarding their post, or maybe even just asking them something so it leads them to more of a critical thought about what it is that is related to the material for that particular unit. Well, those are all the concerns I have about our grades that I gave out. If you want to know where you are right now in the class, like your percentage, you would take the amount of total points that you have and divide them by 125, which I think is how many points we have so far. And that will be able to give you exactly what your percentage is right now, considering that next week we have our midterm exam. Now we're going to move on to Unit 2 material, which we are going to go into more detail on Thursday and also next week. Unit 2 is on personalizing communication in the workplace. So what does that look like? It looks like being an effective listener, maybe being able to use our nonverbal communication in an effective manner, and also being able to handle anxiety, technology, and other communication obstacles. So on Thursday, we're going to go over Chapter 4. Next week, we're going to go over Chapter 5 and Chapter 6. In case you have any questions, you can always go back and look at your syllabus. On your syllabus, it goes over the unit discussions and what will be expected. You know, as it says that you have to address the topic during the first week, which is, this week will be our first week of Unit 2. So make sure that you do your initial post and make sure that you support your question, whatever question that you have to answer according to your last initial. And make sure that next week you make at least 3 additional postings so that you can talk with your classmates about their postings. So this is something that you can always refer to. Like I said, we are now moving into Unit 2. So this unit is going to be for the next 2 weeks, Module 3 and 4. And we're going to go over some really important subjects. Make sure that you always follow whatever it is that's connected to the unit. This week's activities are going to have you, once again, reading from your textbook and also reading your Unit 2 reading and watching your Unit 2 video, taking Quiz 3 before Sunday, and also, as you are doing now, watching your unit review video recording on Tuesday, and also, again, you have to watch it on Thursday. And you must also fill out the discussion question related to the video recording, and also that is a way for me to be able to keep up with your attendance and to be able to mark you as absent for the class. Well, that's all I have for today. I know this recording is short, but sometimes short videos are some of the best ones, right? I know you'll probably agree. But also, after this video and after you complete your attendance question, I have some additional tips for you so that you can be successful in the discussion board. I hope that you'll take the time to go over that material. There's a short video, and then there's also a website that you can go to that will give you some great tips. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate. Always contact me. I'm here for you, and I will make sure that I work with you so that you can be successful in this class. Once again, have a great week, and I hope it's not snowing as bad there as it is here. But either way, I know that you're going to still make great fun in that snow, right? Just be careful when you're out there driving, though. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to our discussion on Thursday.